You help him on his plan?
Oh, my phone's off.
Congratulations to Captain Schaefer, named Forbes' all-time greatest financial planner in the country and the world.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I expect a large boost in my retirement account now.
Yeah,
So I have
same
the
here.
world's all-time best
That's only fair.
financial planner.
So is that from your group, number 4 in the country?
Forbes, the financial magazine.
It's a state ranking. We made the top 10
Awesome.
for next gen.
Probably because of all Adele's money you got.
Right.
All right, well, we are live, everybody.
Why?
Yeah, did you get that, Mark? Yeah.
All right, everyone, welcome to the August 12, 2024 Redevelopment Commission meeting. Can we get a roll call, Ms. Hermish?
Executive Director Brian Messmore,
Present.
President Richard Richardson,
Present.
Vice President Lenny Fryman,
Here.
Secretary Kevin Schaefer,
Here?
Member Janie Wilson is absent, Member Brian Johnson,
Here.
Lawrenceburg School Board Member Aaron Shepard is also absent, and City Attorney Del Belton.
Here.
All right, if we've had time to review the minutes, I'll take a motion to approve the July 8th meeting minutes.
So move.
Motion by Lenny, do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Brian, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And do we have any announcements this evening, Mr. Messmore or the board?
I don't think so. I mean, the Liberty is coming very well, obviously. First show is September 6th. We are finishing floors. Light fixtures are hung. Tap lines are being ran and hooked up, so they're putting tile in the entryway today, so it's coming along very well. And it's just amazing. Once you see inside, you will really be impressed.
I'm sure it is.
Shocking.
Yeah. Any other announcements? Not? Ms. Hermish, you want to provide us with a financial report?
Sure. As of August 1st, 2024, the balance for redevelopment is $863,082.33.
Any questions? Not. Under new business, we have Director Messmore. We've all been provided the Strong's Economic Development Agreement in our packets for review. Mr. Weldon, did you want to update us at all on that?
Yes, sir, Mr. Richardson. Pleases the commission. This is the culmination of a lot of work. We've seen this kind of occur in phases. One of the things we had to work on in the background was the buyer was working with the SBA, and we were working with his representatives, and one of the things we had to do was split the lot into 2 properties. It really was 1 property, believe it or not, that hooks around from Walnut to High. Now it's 2 properties, so that process takes a long time. You gotta go to the planning commission, you gotta do new plat, and then it's gotta go to council, which it did the last Monday. So that was kind of the last step for the preliminary work. The buyer's been doing their work, seller's been doing our work. Obviously, the city transferred ownership from them to you guys, and this is the last step. And so, when we kind of took office in 2016, one of the big things that kind of led up to, the mayor and Brian and I thinking, man, wouldn't it be great if we could have a chance to make some positive changes and implement things to the city? One of the big things was, we saw these businesses that were kind of, what we thought was it was happening backwards, right? People were, here's a building, here's a bunch of money, good luck. And, we've never believed in that philosophy. We've worked on building the infrastructure around businesses, but then relying on them to be successful. And we believe strongly that, you've got to have that strong foundation. We've been really, you guys have been amazing at investing in people, passionate business owners, real business owners with track records, and even with your new people, they're all vetted thoroughly. With Jenny Fowler, they've got business plans and they go to classes, because we know how hard it is. I mean, everyone, the Fouches here, you guys love Lawrenceburg as much as anybody, and you enjoy the restaurants and music and things, but that's a really fragile ecosystem. Most small businesses fail, most restaurants fail. And what we have here is something that I think is amazing is we said, hey, we're not gonna give you anything. Go, you think you've got a great pizza place, why don't you go run it for, gosh, it's probably been 6 or 7 years, I don't know for sure, but, and turned into one of the most successful pizza parlors in the tri-state, one of the most successful, restaurants in their restaurant chain. And you see Christian back there making pies, So it's something that I'm really proud of, and I'm thankful and grateful to you guys and Brian and Kelly for saying, we're gonna do our best to do things the right way. We don't always do it perfect. We make mistakes, but we really do try to put people in a position to succeed, because that makes Lawrenceburg succeed. And it's hard, and it takes an extra effort. You guys have always done that, and so that's kind of what this deal is. Hey, prove it to us first, and then we'll invest in you. And I think it's something that's a great thing for us to do.
All right. If everybody's had time to review it, do we have any questions in regard to the development agreement we've been provided? Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Lenny, do we have a second?
Second.
Second, Brian. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
And Mr. Chairman, if I could ask for a second motion, please, and that would be to authorize Mr. Messmore to sign any and all documents that will be necessary to do the closing, any other contracts or legal documents that would be necessary to carry this through.
We get a motion in regards to that?
I'll make that motion
Do we
also.
have a second?
Second.
Second, Brian. All in favor, aye.
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 Any opposed? That motion carries. Next order of business, I believe, is the new occupied homeowner.
Yeah, first-time home buyer, builder.
First-time home buyer.
Under Main Street funding, the intention here this evening is to transfer an additional $70,000 from our capital improvements fund to the Main Street fund to continue facilitating first-time home buyer grant program. As you're aware, we have 6 lots, and 4 are sold and underway, not necessarily constructive, but in final design phase and those sort of things. But anyway, we need to fund the program, and probably, and I'll add a note to that. We've received $75,000 in lot revenue. However, that money comes back to us and it goes into the fund, not the account. So if required, I will ask council and our council representatives for an additional appropriation, if necessary this year, to move that fund or those monies from our fund into our capital account. But we'll see if we can get by.
What is our dollar amount that we're requesting?
70,000.
70,000 from the capital improvements
That
line?
would cover the maximum of 35,000 for 2 new houses.
All right. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Ryan, motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second, Lenny. All in favor? Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
These are all great problems to have, right?
Yeah.
All right. If we have no additional new business, under old business, we've been provided the Main Street report from Michelle Cohn in our packets. If we have any questions about that, we can get with Brian, Kelly, or just contact Michelle personally on that.
And I do have an additional old business item that
Sir.
it kind of popped up here actually just very recently. But on the Main Street report, just as you peruse through the programs, you'll find that some of them are maxed out for the year, and so just goes to show you that people take advantage of the opportunity, and it catches on. There's quite a few homes under remodel throughout the town with or without the benefit of this program. So I think it's demonstrating that over a period of time it catches on. And that's a good thing.
Good.
So the next thing I was going to talk about was 556 West High. If you recall, that's the little lot down on the far left riverside of West High. We were working with the property owner for a period of time giving them the opportunity to split their lot, that they had a rental down there. And they were gonna split part of the rental lot off and add it to 556, create a bigger lot, and build a bigger house on it. Well, we gave them that opportunity, and we've been contacted by them, and they are not able to get all that done in any predictable period of time. So I've communicated with them that I'm going to report to the board this evening and recommend that 556 West High be opened up again for proposals. And I will tell you that there will be multiple proposals on 556 West High, perhaps at our next meeting.
And you need a motion for this?
I don't know that I need a motion, but why not? That way, because we did establish a direction for that piece of property.
Correct.
And we're making a modification to that, so.
Who owns the property?
Gillespie.
So he's gonna sell it?
No, this is our lot.
Okay.
He's gonna add.
We own the lot now.
So he never did follow through on the purchase. That's what I'm saying.
He did not follow through with, you know, describing what the split was gonna look like. We had asked that you determine what the split is gonna be before you split it and show us so that we know that it's a real thing. And then we would approve that site plan split and then expect the split to be completed in a certain period of time.
So before he even bought the property, he wanted to have
Yeah.
that discussion. I got
Yeah,
you.
so, and they've notified us that the timing is just not good for them to have any real predictable time frame. So, you know, we tried to work with them, but, you know, I mean,
Sometimes
I hate it for them, but I think it's best that we put the property back open for proposals.
Do we have a motion to put 556 West High back on the market, open for proposals?
So move.
Ryan, do we have a second?
Second.
Second, Lenny. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right. Any additional old business from the board? If not, if we've had time to review the claims, I'll take a motion to approve those this evening.
So move.
Motion by Brian. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Kevin. All in favor? Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. That brings us to comments from the audience.
I just had a quick question. So I assume that the Strongs are buying that building, is that what's happening?
Yes.
That's correct.
Christian Strong is buying the building that was one building, now it's two buildings. The purchase price is $850,000, which is well above the appraised value. But it's an economic development agreement because it's in exchange for his particular business occupying it. It's not a sale to the world. It's kind of like what we would have done 7 years ago if we knew what a great thing it would be. We would have probably given it to him for free. Don't tell him that.
Yeah, it's out of the bag now.
Yeah, win, 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 all the way around.
Yeah.
Well, it is a win because then you start collecting taxes on it because the city still owns it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, and TIF and all kinds of other things, sure. But the biggest win is we don't have to worry about someone buying it and kicking Strong's out and putting in, you know, a laundromat or something funky. You know, that's why it's always been so important. I know there's a balance, and I know people have strong opinions on both sides of this, but the fact that we got all those Davis properties, you know, half of downtown or more, in a bankruptcy, we didn't ask for them, we didn't buy them, but that we got them and use that to our advantage to really control, okay, we're gonna put the businesses we think are great for the city, has just been a godsend. I mean, I don't think Lawrenceburg would be the way it is without that happening, and I don't think it would be the way it is without Brian and you guys really, as the redevelopment, fighting to keep control of that as long as we needed to. And now that Strong's is up and running, then we can kind of sell that property. But if we would have done it earlier, I think it would have been disastrous. So, you know, you fight for the philosophy you believe in, and it pays off.
All makes sense.
Scott, did you have a comment?
So the antique mall still resides ownership by the city?
He's buying that building too. It was all one building. I mean, to buy the building, he bought all of it, but, part of the agreement is that he keeps them in there, and he's going to keep them in there.
So why did they have to split it then?
Because that was how their loan was structured with SBA. So he's buying the whole building. It's just something, I don't know the particulars, to be honest with you, but it was, to get a loan that big, and he's a small business administration, it's something that came not from Christian, but from his lenders. Hey, could you split this? That will help us give all the money that's needed. But the antique mall's in good hands, and obviously that's a crucial business for us to do, and we wouldn't do that unless there are assurances that they're gonna stay and the rent's not gonna be jacked up or anything crazy like that, so. Yeah, it's a good question.
All right, if there's no additional comments, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Lenny, motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Kevin, seconds. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Well, I don't know. I might want to oppose that just to stay around for a little bit.
That's good.